Hello again, my name is Dawn and I like to design and refurbish homes, and I am an interior designer and I have been for about 15 years, but in the last 4 years I think it is, I've been documenting like refurbishing my own home. And the thing with that is being an interior designer, I work with mid to high end clients, so they generally have quite big budgets. My own home, I do not have a big budget. So the way that I am doing up my house is I'm designing it as an interior designer, but I am doing a lot of the work myself and doing things that look really good but necessarily don't cost a lot. And some of the stuff people seem to love on social media, especially some of the DIYs. So what I want to do today is I want to talk about a few things that make a home look really, really nice, and that I would personally spend money on, as opposed to other things that I wouldn't spend money on. And one of those, I am going to have to keep looking because I do have to make notes. I'm not that good yet, is a good layout that flows. So what does that mean? That means that if you go into a room, you might have a focal point. In this room, we've got like display cabinets. Let me just turn you around. Please excuse the mess. We've got like display cabinets. So you walk into the room and there's symmetry and there is a focal point. So that is one of the first. It also depends on the size of your room because it might not work in certain rooms, like little bathrooms and stuff like that. But having a focal point and having a bit of symmetry in there really helps. You can also kind of throw it off with a bit of asymmetry depending on your style. And also when you say it's a living room, your layout needs to have proportional furniture. And this is kind of why we end up doing all the drawings that we do. So we do like a layout and elevations because through those drawings, we can see the proportions of specific bits of furniture. And it helps us to see whether it's going to flow or not. So a good layout, making sure that your layout is designed properly. And if I'm doing a whole house renovation, that all of the layouts need to be sorted. Leading on to that, the next point that I would spend money on to get like a high-end look is the lighting. Lighting is really, really important. So if I'm doing a whole house renovation, we get the layout sorted and then I design the lighting based on the layouts. It's not a case of chucking a load of spots in a grid pattern on the ceiling. You obviously can do that, but when I walk into a space, I can straight away see that the room hasn't actually been thought about when the lighting's been done. So when I went on a course a while back, a long time ago, and it was specifically by a lighting designer, and she talked us through all of the various things in order to get the lighting really good. So one of the points is you need multi-circuits. So I tend to, max I would use is 3 if the room's like quite big. So if you've got a big kitchen, I would go up to 3. I don't really like going above 3 circuits because it starts to become a bit of a faff. But 2 or 3 I think is good. And with 2, what I can include in that is task lighting, so your main lights. So we have our main lights and then ambient lighting. So that is like your softer lighting. So that's things like lamps, wall lights, LED strips in units and stuff like that. That's my ambient lighting. So I would have my task lights on one circuit and my ambient lighting on another. I'd also have as many as I can on dimmers. What does that allow? That means that you've got all the lighting that you need to get specific tasks done. Say it's a kitchen, then obviously you need bright lighting in certain areas. But then you've also got the ability to turn those off and have like soft ambient lighting. And it makes a massive difference in the morning, I'll tell you that. Like when I come down and come into the kitchen, the first switch I press is the ambient lighting. I'm not putting bright lights on. And you can do that in every room. Most rooms I would have 2 circuits. So living room, again, I've got an ambient lighting circuit and I've got a main light circuit, and the main light circuit in the living room hardly ever goes on because I don't like bright lights in calming spaces. So multi-circuits. The other thing, if you're not doing like a full rewire, you can retrofit lighting circuits into your current lighting scheme, and you can do that with things like companies like Philips Hue. I'm not sure whether Rayco does like a retrofit. I think they probably do, but basically it's smart lighting. So with Philips Hue, because I've actually done a project recently, you can essentially, as long as you've got reasonably up to date light fittings, you can change bulbs to a Philips Hue bulb. You can change all your downlights into Philips Hue ones. And then you can have a smart switch, or you can use your smart lighting app, and you can set your moods. So then you can kind of zone things so that you end up having ambient lighting zones and all that sort of thing. So that's a way of kind of retrofitting if you're not planning on doing a rewire. And sometimes that's way more cost effective. I think when we had our house completely rewired, we've got a 3-bed property, it was about 5 to 6 grand. So I mean, it is quite a big investment. So if that's not in your ability to do, then you can retrofit smart lighting. Right, what was the other one? Ambient light and dimmers, right, so the next thing that I would, I mean, you don't really spend, this isn't a money spending thing, but I would make sure that I had a coherent style. And the way that I do that for clients, like obviously I'm a designer, so I've got an eye for style anyway. And some people are naturally really good at this. Like I know plenty of people who aren't designers who just like, they get it right every time. But some people struggle with this. And the way that I would try and get a coherent style is I would start with Pinterest. Get on Pinterest, start clicking all the things that you like, different styles that you like, or images that you like. And then I would curate it. I'd go through my board and I'd start getting rid of stuff that doesn't fit with the rest of it. And the problem, I think, is some people, they don't really know what styles that they like, or they like loads of them. But it's fine if you've got like an eclectic style where you don't mind, like, say, bright colours and a bit of a mix of different period featured, like various things, furniture styles and whatnot. That's fine, but even that needs a little bit of curation to make it kind of harmonious. So I find Pinterest is actually really handy for just consolidating what sort of style I want. So that's 3 things. What I wouldn't spend loads of money on, especially if you're a family with small children and like pets and stuff like that, is I love curtains. I love having beautiful tailored curtains. It is not a possibility in my house currently. Firstly, I do not have the money to be spending thousands of pounds on tailored curtains. And secondly, my son once peed up my curtains. I may need to edit this out again. So there is no way that I'm spending a load of money on something that is going to get wrecked. Additionally, the other day he yanked on the blind and he pulled the blind down. So like, there's things that I would spend money on and there's things that I just don't spend money on. Firstly, because I don't have the money, but secondly, because it's just not something that I can at this stage of my life. Also, cats, like, their hair is everywhere all the time. Like, it's a nightmare. The other thing, I will post the videos at some point soon, but flooring. If you're in a house like mine, if your house isn't like a multi-million-pound house, which mine is definitely not, I wouldn't spend an insane amount on flooring. You can get really quite nice looking flooring, and so long as you get the colouring right and the sort of the pattern or texture of it right, you can go quite cheap on it. Don't tell my clients, but essentially in my house, I am currently going through the house and I'm putting down peel and stick floor. And at some point in the future, I will show you the videos where it'll be in YouTube Shorts, but I'll show you the videos where I've actually done this. And it looks really quite nice, but also don't tell my flooring contractor because they tend to get a bit upset when I tell them that I've put peel and stick flooring in my house. And it's super cheap. You can do it yourself, and it doesn't really matter if it gets damaged. My kids are quite heavy-handed, especially my son, and so he's going to be bashing stuff. It's just, yeah. I can't spend loads of money on certain things at the moment. Anyway, so curtains and flooring, wouldn't spend loads on that. Is there anything else? I do quite like a nice door and like nice ironmongery, but you don't have to spend a load of money on the doors. I would be a little bit careful about how cheap your doors are. I left it up to a contractor to come and put the doors in my house, and he bought, oh my God, he must have spent about a tenner on these doors because they're just like, they're like cardboard, and at some point we're going to have them all taken out and redone. But like a reasonable solid door and nice ironmongery, and kind of getting the ironmongery kind of flowing, the right metals and stuff like that throughout the house. So that's pretty much it for that one. I hope that these videos are going to help some people, because what I really want to do is be able to show people that just because I design like beautiful, like multi-million pound properties and stuff like that, doesn't mean that you can't have a nice house with like a smaller budget. As I said, I have champagne taste and beer money, and so I'm going to make my house look really, really nice within the boundaries of what I can spend. But you can also learn all the skills to do certain things yourself, things like laying the flooring. That's the first thing. That's the first time I've done that. I've learned how to do things like paneling. I built these units behind me. I haven't actually shown you the full series on YouTube Shorts of my kitchen renovation. I'm currently uploading that. But there's a lot of things that you can do yourself, and you can make your house look really, really nice. A lot of my furniture is from Facebook Marketplace, and a couple of the bits I've flipped, like done them up. My sofa, it was it was from made.com, although I think they went bust. That was from Facebook Marketplace. I spent £600 like buying it, and it was pretty much it was brand new. The lady didn't like the sofa, so so I really hope this will help the average person just sort of understand that they can improve their homes and make it a space that they really love. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling, and if you like this sort of content, then please can you let me know, like share, like subscribe, whatever all those things are for YouTube. It will help me to know that I'm investing time in something that people actually want to hear. So see you in the next video.